Explosive transfer twists at Ibrox. Danny Rohl's tearing up the script as Rangers close in on a shock move for terrific Sheffield Wednesday star Yan Valery in what could be a massive shake-up at right back. Jens Hjerto-Dahl rumors hit overdrive before being shut down cold, but whispers from Norway refuse to die. Lennon sticks his oar in, eyeing Rangers wonderkid Findlay Curtis for Dunfermline, just as Killy race to finalize a loan deal. And it's official, Kieran Dowell is out, heading to Hull City, the very club he once destroyed with 2 hat-tricks, as Rohl slashes the squad with more exits looming. Buckle up, this window is far from over and Ibrox is on fire. Rangers are ready to make a move that might just be the most under-the-radar masterstroke of this January window. An official bid is expected for Sheffield Wednesday's Yan Valery, a player that Danny Rohl knows inside out. Rohl's turning back to familiar territory with the aim of reuniting with a man he coached not only at Sheffield Wednesday but back at Southampton as well. Valeri, the Tunisian international, has been described as terrific by English journalist Joe Cran, and it's no mystery why. He's a defender that can play practically anywhere, right back, centre half, right midfield, even holding midfield. And it's not just versatility, it's quality. At 26, Valeri still has his best years ahead of him. The stats don't lie. He ranks among the top fullbacks in the championship, in tackles, aerial duels won, ball recoveries, you name it. Offensively, he's no slouch either. 3 goals, 4 assists, and 8 big chances created in just 1 season for Wednesday. This is a fullback who knows how to bomb forward, but also put in a shift at the back. What makes the situation even more interesting is Sheffield Wednesday's financial mess. They're desperate to sell, and Rangers might just be in the right place at the right time to take full advantage. Valery's been a constant since returning from AFCON duty, and yet the club's still open to a sale. Why? Because money talks, and Rangers could get him for a cut price. And here's the kicker. This move might not just be about depth. With James Tavernier's contract running down and whispers growing louder about an exit in the summer, Valeri could very well be the man to take over the captain's flank for the long term. He's 8 years younger and Rohl trusts him, clearly. But imagine this, Tavernier, a modern legend at Ibrox, quietly phased out for a player plucked from a club in turmoil just because the manager fancies someone he used to coach. He is replacing James Tavernier with Yan Valery. A step forward for Rangers, or a step too far for a club that still owes its captain the respect of a proper send-off? Well, you might have seen the name Jens Hjerto-Dahl flying around your feed like a seagull after a chip, but let's settle things down a bit. He's not in Glasgow, he's not at Ibrox, and no, he's not about to sign on the dotted line, at least not yet. The 20-year-old Norwegian midfielder, currently with Tromsø, is very much in Portugal at a pre-season camp, not on a flight to Govan. That we detail was confirmed by Chris Jack, who put the lid on the latest wave of transfer frenzy on social media. Now, that's not to say Rangers aren't interested, far from it. Hjerto-Dahl's been on the radar for a good while, and you can see why. Standing at 6'4", with a solid engine and a passing range that cuts lines sharper than a Glasgow barber, he's exactly the type of midfield presence Rangers have been missing: steel, stature, and smarts. He played 30 matches last season in Norway's top flight, netted 4 goals, and chipped in with 7 assists. And here's the bit that makes you think twice: 75 top-flight appearances at just 20 years of age. That's not potential, that's proven. The price tag, rumored to be just over £3.5 million. Not cheap, but for a club backed by the deep pockets of 49ers enterprises, that's hardly unthinkable. It wouldn't be a flashy name from La Liga or Serie A, but it could well be the most quietly transformative signing under this ownership. But here's the real thought to chew on. With the clock ticking in the window and Rangers already shifting focus to other areas, should this sort of long-term project be the priority? Or are we wasting time on another Scandinavian scouting fantasy while the team still lacks the muscle in midfield to win a title scrap against Celtic? Well, would you believe it? Neil Lennon, of all folk, throwing in a cheeky "I'll take him" when talking about one of Rangers' brightest young sparks, Findlay Curtis. After watching the lad tear into Ludogorets with just 20 minutes to play, Lennon clearly saw what you've probably been seeing too. Curtis is a serious talent in the making. It was Rangers' first Europa League win of the season, thanks to a tidy finish from Mohamed Diamanda, and although the result didn't change our fate in the competition, it brought in just under £400,000 and kept the momentum rolling. That's now 7 wins on the bounce, and this side is starting to breathe with confidence. But back to Curtis. He came off the bench, had defenders on skates, and nearly stuck one past the Ludogorets keeper with a left-footed strike that forced a top-class save. Ali McCoist was full of praise and admitted with a smirk in his voice that he wouldn't loan the boy out for selfish reasons, and who could blame him? Still, the writing's on the wall. With Andreas Skov Olsen arriving, Gassama looking electric, and Mikey Moore also in the mix, Curtis needs minutes, not bench-warming duties. That's why a loan deal to Kilmarnock is almost done and dusted, and it's no bad move. He knows the gaffer there, Neil McCann, and assistant Billy Dodds from their time working under Barry Ferguson, and let's be honest, Killy need the help. They're dangling just above the relegation trapdoor, and Curtis could be the spark that drags them clear. But even more importantly for Rangers, it gives the teenager a proper test, one where he plays every week, gets kicked about a bit, and learns how to fight his way through it. That's what turns a raw talent into a first-team star at Ibrox. But here's something that sticks in the throat a wee bit. How many of these lads are we loaning out while Celtic keep flinging their youth into the deep end, hoping one will stick? Are we missing a trick by farming out our best prospects instead of blooding them right here under the lights at Ibrox? Danny Rohl's revolution at Ibrox is in full swing, and with every name coming in the door, there's one quietly heading out the other. It's the natural balance of a squad rebuild, but let's not sugarcoat it. Some departures sting more than others. Kieran Dowell's move to Hull City is all but done. The Englishman, who arrived on a free last summer, showed flashes of talent, including a lovely goal in the 5-0 thrashing of Annan Athletic just last week. But let's be honest, 7 appearances all season and never fully convincing under Rohl. It's no surprise that his Rangers chapter is closing. Hull have chased him for weeks, and now, with a medical completed in East Yorkshire, the deal's set to go through. Quiet fee, permanent switch, and no drama. What is a wee bit ironic, though, is that Dowell's career best performances actually came against Hull. 7 goals in 7 games, including 2 hat-tricks. They must be hoping he keeps that form for them rather than against. Rohl doesn't want passengers. He wants a tight, hungry squad, and bloated squads don't win titles. They cause resentment. Joe Rothwell is another edging closer to the exit, with Sheffield United circling. 19 appearances since arriving, not nearly enough. And then there's Danilo. Oh, Danilo. Remember when his back-to-back goals had you dreaming of a long-term talisman up top? Now he can't buy a start, and if the right offer comes in, don't be shocked to see him moved on before 2nd February. All this signals something clear. Danny Rohl has been given the reins, and he's not here to hang about. Ruthless, efficient, and ready to rip the plaster off. But ask yourself this, are Rangers right to cut loose a player like Dowell, who still showed quality when given a rare chance? Or is this just more evidence that under Rohl it's his way or the motorway? Like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe for daily Rangers news. Don't miss a thing.